Hey everybody, it is I, Tony, and welcome back to TTBurger Game Reviews, and this is part 2 of my SSX series review, part 2 of 3. And we still got our ugly sweater on, and our magic TTBurger snow here for the review. And I'm wearing these fancy snow goggles here because this is a review of a snowboarding game. Might as well get with the theme of the review and stuff like that. And in part 1 of this episode, I reviewed SSX for the PlayStation 2, released in the year 2000, and gave it a 9 out of 10 because of the frame rate and the AI being a little unbalanced, and the fact that you couldn't restart a race or show off or whatever in the World Circuit mode. So I gave it a 9 out of 10 for that. Today, we're going to be looking at what in my opinion was the most popular SSX game, but in my opinion, it's not my favorite, but it's still pretty damn good. The game we got is SSX Tricky, released on the PlayStation 2 first, and then on the Xbox, the GameCube, and the Game Boy Advance later on. Now, this game was released in late 2001, like around the same time the first SSX game was released, well, for PlayStation 2 wise and stuff. And I remember, like around that Christmas, my brother got a snowboard controller to use with the game, but I never really used it that much because I like using the controller the best. And how does the game start? Well, it starts like this, with my favorite character, Elise Riggs from Canada, saying that this is going to be very, very interesting, and then we hear Run-DMC's It's Tricky, and I don't own the rights to this song. Credit goes to Universal Music Group, Warner Music Group, or whatever, and I know I said I would be playing licensed tracks in here, but like it's the only way to enjoy the intro, so I can't, so I don't own the rights to this song. I'm just saying. But getting back on topic here, like those of you who enjoyed the first SSX will enjoy this one. This game does a lot of improvements, but there are a couple things that it deproves, but we'll talk about that later on. The first thing you'll notice here is that we still have two modes: single event, World Circuit, and if you don't count practice, then we got practice and stuff. And we're doing World Circuit here. And one improvement that this game has is that this game has tons more characters. We have new characters like Eddie, Marisol Cell, Simon and stuff, and Sia and such, and Brody. You only have a certain characters that are unlocked. To unlock more characters, you gotta win a certain number of gold medals and such. But for this review, once again, we're going to be playing as my favorite character, Elise Riggs, and another shout out to my friends JJ Brother 88, JJ Jaguar 89, and MM the Man 89, because they know I'm, like they said before, they know I'm a fan of that character. And it's funny that when we came back from a Christmas break in 2002, well January 2002, I told my buddy JJ Jaguar 89 that I got the game, and the first thing he said to me was when I told him about it, he says, "Is that girl that you like in the game?" And I say to him, "Yeah, it is actually. She is in the game, and she's actually the first thing you see in the opening cutscene." And we're gonna play as her. And one interesting thing about the characters is that they have a bunch of celebrities voicing the characters. Like Lucy Liu voices Elise, Jim Rose voices Simon, Biff Naked voices Zoe, Patricia Velasquez voices Marisol Delgado, and so on and so on and so on. And I feel like the voices, since they're celebrities, the voice acting is really good. Really good, especially Lucy Liu. She fits Elise really well, even though she's not Canadian. An American actress voicing a Canadian character works really well. And as we get started here, we have a couple new courses here to choose from. Like we a lot of the courses that were in the first game are in this one, but they've been changed up and such to where there are times they're not recognizable, which is a good thing because it adds the challenge to it and such. And before you start the race and it's given like a flyby of the course, you have this announcer guy narrating about what to expect in the race and talking about the characters. And another cool thing is that like you have this friend and enemy relationship. Like Elise and Eddie are friends. Elise and Marisol are enemies. So you'll hear them like talking and stuff that like if Marisol's in the race, she and Elise will like snap at each other and stuff, or she and Eddie will say, "You and me, number one, baby. See you at the finish line," and stuff like that. I forgot to mention in the first video that you could do tricks and stuff and get boost, but I forgot to mention that. I do apologize there, but This time, you can, and I forgot to mention too, you can also knock people down and shove them and such using the right analog stick. You can do that here, and when you do, you get knockdown bonus boost and such. And when you get your boost all maxed up, you can do Uber tricks. And when you get Super Uber, you get Super Uber by lighting up all the letters of the word Tricky. And you'll be able to do Super Uber, and your boost will be unlimited for a limited amount of time. It's badass and stuff, and it pretty much adds to the friend-enemy relationship. If you knock down Marisol, she'll confront you at the end and say don't you dare try that again. And Lisa why don't you just get over it, or why so snarky sparky, or something like that. But I kind of rambled on that part long enough. Let's get back on topic here. The game's presentation here is fantastic, pretty much on par with the first game, but a little bit better. The frame rate is smoother, and the character models look a little more detailed, and the backgrounds are still really nice. I mean, it's a snowboarding game, so you're gonna see a lot of cool looking snow and such, and it's basically just they pretty much put a lot of care into it. And for sound I've said is fantastic. The celebrity voice actors do a great job. The music is on the music is good, but I can't play any because I don't want to get a copyright strike. But they have songs from the first game, like "Shake What Your Mama Gave You," a song for Dot, "Gin and Sin" or whatever it's called. I forget to get the name of the songs and stuff. But I'm just saying. But there is a soundtrack on YouTube, I'm sure, that you can go look at and stuff, and the soundtrack is different for each course, like I was in the last game. And that's pretty much all I can say about the sound. Now let's get into the gameplay. The gameplay, for the most part, is really good, but I do have some things that are worth complaining about. The gameplay is pretty much on par with the first game, and you pretty much will feel right at home. You can still do tricks, jump off ramps, do the boost, knock down people and such, and it's basically that's what it is. They actually give you the option to restart in the World Circuit mode if you're not doing well, and that really helps a lot. However, there are some things I gotta complain about here, and that is that while the opponent AI in the first game was a little bit unbalanced and tough, in this mode the opponent AI and the difficulty is way too easy at times. They tone down the difficulty quite a bit here, and it's very easy to get a gold medal in show off or place first in almost all the races and such. And I understand that they tone it down a little bit because it was a little bit too tough, but this seems like a little too easy. I mean, sometimes the challenge is there. The challenge is mostly there, but there are times where it can be a little too easy. It's like if it's holding your hand, and that is a problem because while I did complain about the unbalanced difficulty of the racers and such, here it's just way too easy, and it's much easier to perform tricks and stuff too, and which isn't a problem, but still, it's just worth complaining about. And aside from that though, you also have some extras too, you can watch some character voices videos and such, of Lucy Liu and stuff like that. And you can go. They have this new thing in the character select mode called a writer profile, where you can where it shows where they're from, who their friend is, who their enemy is, and they have a little interview done through text, and it's just a lot more that they have here. And of course they got some new tracks here too, like Garibaldi, Canada. You can go to Alaska, and there's Untracked too, which is the big free roam mode and stuff. And all these characters and such, and more courses, and it just feels like for the most part the game does improve, but there are a couple things that it doesn't improve from the first game, and it actually deproves from the first game, and that's kind of a sad thing because it is a superb sequel for the most part, but you get what I mean here. And besides that, though, there's not much else to say. I mean, it is a great sequel, hands down, great sequel. I have not played the Xbox version or the GameCube version, but from what I heard, they're whatever version you have, you'll enjoy. But I do know the PS2 version was rated the highest. That's all I can say. But the Game Boy Advance version, oh, don't even bother with that one. That one is so bad. I actually did play the Game Boy Advance version, and that version sucks. It sucks. You only have to have 2 racers unlocked, and everything is all in a straight line. There's no shortcuts or anything like that, and such as basically, blah. And I also forgot to mention, Rozelle is in the game too, and he's kooky and he's funnier than ever. He's still cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and he's still the hokey DJ announcer guy and stuff like that. That's pretty much he's still there. Now, what am I gonna give this game? Well, SSX Tricky is a fantastic sequel. For the most part, it improves on its predecessor in most parts, but there are some things where it deproves on from its predecessor as well. I will once again be giving this game a 9 out of 10, the same rating I gave the first game. And that's pretty much it for this episode. For the final part, we're going to look at my favorite SSX game, SSX 3. And why is this my favorite one? Well, you'll find out. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. Peace out, everybody. Stop the snow. Okay, thank you very much. And time to take these off too. There's no more snow, so let's take them off. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Peace out, everybody.